Good morning and welcome to sunny Allotment for a change. Today I'm going to try and tidy up my carrot bed. So I'm going to introduce some fresh topsoil along with some sharp sand as well. So hopefully that will fill this up and freshen it up, and hopefully we'll get some bumper carrots again like we did last season. And then I'm a little bit late, but I'm going to get on and dig my runner bean trench. Normally by now I'd have had that done. In fact, I'd have had that done before Christmas and been filling that, lift it open and been filling it. So I'm going to make a start with getting all these weeds out before we do anything. Still one or two carrots that I've left in that the rats have had a nibble at. I'll get this cleared and I'll come back to you. So as you can see, I've got this clear now. Now all I do every year is just top it up with plain topsoil. I don't top it up with compost, anything like that, because that's got quite a lot of nutrients in them. So carrots, parsnips, things like that don't like too much nutrients in there. So it's just plain topsoil, and I also mix in just a bag of plain sharp sand. I've done it year on year and I get bumper crops of carrots every year. So let's get that mixed in. Sporting the trainers today, had a really wet job yesterday, and my working boots are absolutely soaked, so these might need a wash after today. That's one topsoil. Bit of sand in there. All I do is give that a good mix up. Just getting out any lumps, bits of twig or anything like that. It looks like I've not got enough here, but I have got another couple of bags of topsoil at home, so I'll bring those down. But the idea is to get it filled up nice and level so they've got plenty of depth. I've not worked out what carrots I'm going to be sowing this year. To be honest with you, I'm trying to stay very relaxed on the sowing front. I see a lot of people have got things going now, but I'm not going to be lured-in. I'm going to take my time and give it a good coat of looking at first. Right, I'll finish this off and then we'll get over to where I'm going to be putting the runner beans. So I've decided the location of the runner bean trench is going to be right in the centre of the plot. It used to be at this side here. So what I'm going to do, right in the middle, I'm going to dig a trench probably about 8 or 9 inches down, and I'm only going to put 1 row of runner beans in this year. Last year I put them on the sort of a wigwam and I had 2 rows, but we outfaced ourselves again, so I'm definitely sticking to probably 10 runner beans at the most. So I'm going to start and get this trench dug out. These beds are that well cultivated, it doesn't take 2 minutes really to dig a trench out. As you can see, that one's nearly there. So what I'm going to do now is, as you saw me last week clear that brassica cage out, I was just about to throw all the kale and the cabbage and collies that had blown into the compost bay, and I thought afterwards, God, I'm out of breath, mate, I need to do a little bit more work. And I realised, thought, no, that'll do for this. So I've saved it, so I'm going to bring that up here now and get that in. So there we go, trench is nice and dug. What I've done is I've actually put it a little bit further over to the right hand side to leave a gap on that side, and I can utilise that for planting sort of fast crops like lettuce and things like that. So that's all set. What I've done is I've stripped down all the green waste that I had from the brassica tunnel. So there's kale in there, collies, cabbage. Stripped it down as best I can, get it as small as I can, because I want that to break down quite quickly over the growing season, to be giving those runner beans some nutrients right the way through the growing period. So I've stripped it back from all the stems. Them stems will get chopped up and go in the main compost base. Right, it's just time to put them in now. So the idea now would be I'd nip over and get a barrow full of well rotted manure and lay that on the top, quite a thick covering, and then just pull the soil back over, leave it as a mound. Eventually it'll sink down as it rots, but that'll be really nice and fertile in the growing season for the beans. But I'm not going for that, not with the old sparkly whites on, so I'm going to leave that. Instead, I'm going to take you over and show you a little idea that I saw and that I utilised through the week. Let's go. So, my bamboo canes always used to pose me a bit of a problem, wondering where to store them. And I saw it online somewhere on another YouTube channel. Basically, all the guy did was cut the bottom out of a pot and screw the pot to the shed wall, and then put a full pot with the bottom still in at the bottom, and then just drop your canes through them. Simple, but genius. Love it. Every day's a school day. I liked it that much that I did one there and there for the medium canes, and then I put one. Where's that bloody dreaded fire there? But you know something? I think that fire, when I took the lid off, there's quite a bit of rust, but I think they've all got like little brackets, and I think if I wire wool all that down and you put fire rope to seal it, I think it might be all right. I'm gonna have a look at it. I'm not promising. I might just think, sack it, I'll go buy myself a different one, a portable one, as I mentioned before. And yes, and I've put one there for the smaller canes. So anybody that's had the same problem as me, feel free to use that. I've nicked it off somebody. Well, I'm in my shed just having a little breather. As I say, it's a really, really nice to have that little bit of sunshine. It absolutely hammered it down on Friday and yesterday, so there's no chance anybody were down. But today, there seems to be a hell of a lot of people down on the allotment, which is nice to see. I think a little bit that was prompted by a WhatsApp message that went out from the committee, warning certain plot keepers to get on top of the plots because they've got a little bit dishevelled. So I think that's why we've got a busy Sunday. So I'd like to take this opportunity to thank everybody that sent me all those messages of condolences for my mother-in-law. I passed those on to the family, and it really did cheer them up. So thank you very much for that. It was really thoughtful. Obviously we're still, grieving, and we've still a way to go before things start to try and get back to some sort of normal. But, we're pulling through together as a family. That's a short video today, guys. I've come down, I've got a bit of a job at home. I've got to put a balustrade on. The wife's finished decorating the hallway and landing. Wanted a new balustrade. I mean, there were not wrong with the one that we didn't have. We've never had a balustrade for about, I don't know, probably 10 years? 10 years, something like that. All of a sudden, wife wants a balustrade. So, done as I'm told, and we've gone and got one. Can you believe it? £150 for a piece of timber that thick, right? 2.4 metres long. £150. I've nearly dropped through the floor. So yeah, I've got to do that job. And then hopefully it'll be sat down, a couple of beers, and I'm going to watch the Manchester United versus Manchester City game. And for the first time in my life, I'm going to be cheering for Manchester United. So anyway, guys, that's enough from me. Thank you very much for watching. Have a great week. Hopefully this sun will stay with us. Until next week, take care and happy growing.